Hello everybody and welcome to the Kansas Speedway here for the NASCAR Cup Series Digital Ally 400 and the next race, our NASCAR E5 2023 Mod Career Mode Season number 3. As we get ready to look at our stories of the race for today. Say William Byron, of course, is a rival. We already know this from previous races, especially after that catastrophe in Dover. And then Riley Earps will be starting at the rear of the field after failing previous inspection, joining Christopher Bell, who crashed his primary car in qualifying. Start at the rear as well as we get underway in our number 99 Jockey Chevrolet here at Kansas as we are green and underway here in Kansas Speedway. Who's going to get the victory? Hamlin up front on the pole position leads us to the green. We are back here in 25th. After another just mid-qualifying effort as we're on the inside of Ricky Stenhouse, now trying to chase down SVG and Justin Haley up ahead of us now for position. Actually, we're on the inside of the 18 of Chandler Smith, rather. So we go by Chandler on the inside, try to go by SVG now, which we do. Try to go the middle between him and Justin Haley. We do a brilliant move right there, 3 wide middle. Go by Haley on the outside, now alongside Van Gisbergen, trying to get by both of them. We go make the pass here, 3 wide middle through 3 and 4, keeping the middle lane going by Carson Hocevar. Now going a huge run, 3 wide middle, making a little bit of contact with Daniel Heinrich, squeezing between him and Corey Heim. Now on the outside of Kyle Busch for 19th, and up into the top 20. Now with 18 to go in stage 1, almost got into Corey Heim, stuck behind Cole Custer. Now I give a big shot and force myself clear of Corey Heim. This Custer was holding me up right there, so we gave Custer a shot. We get 2 Custers outside now on exit of 2, moving to 19th place and set our sights on getting by the 8 of Kyle Busch for position number 18 and the 71 of Zane Smith for 17th. So now I go right back to the outside lane, ripping the top here. Got a nice big run on exit of turn 4, drive by Zane Smith, narrowly squeezing by him into 18th. Now trying to get back by Kyle Busch for 17th. We're trying to go the outside of Kyle here through 1 and 2, 17 to go in this opening stage of racing. We just had to go a little bit towards the middle lane of the racetrack. Get a nice run there on the outside of Kyle Busch's right rear. Now a little bit of contact there. Heavy side drafting to 3 and 4 between myself and Kyle Busch. An intense battle for position here down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Can we hang on the outside of Kyle Busch? We got a nice help from the 18 of Chandler Smith. Gives us a great shot at the perfect time on exit of 4. We clear Kyle Busch and move into 17th here at Kansas with 16 to go in the opening stage of racing with the help of Chandler Smith now. The next lap, we call that 43 Eric Jones, big on the outside lane. We just fit to the outside of Eric Jones. We try to move into 16th by the Legacy Motor Club driver. As myself and Chandler Smith, together, the two of us have been moving our way up through this field, no problem. Now we go by the outside. Eric Jones, big run, barely keep in front of Chandler Smith. Now we try to get a run on Joey Logano. We try to get it all the way to the outside of Logano, almost right up against the outside wall. Not quite working. We get back to his outside, and the 1 and 2 just throw it in the corner. Doesn't quite work as we try to get back by Jones there. Now on the outside into 16th. A few laps later, we've now dropped all the way down to 19th. We're getting ready to come down for a green flag pit stop here at the end of stage 1. We are a ways behind Bell and Kyle Busch. We get a very aggressive entry to pit road and pass 5 cars on entry to pit lane. What a move. Get by Christopher Bell, Kyle Busch. Get to the outside of Chris Buescher right there. Coming in for can of fuel and right side tires only. A bold strategy call from us here to try to get us some track position here at the end of this stage. Just a Hail Mary to try to get some points here, but Sam Mayer blocks us in right there. Almost runs into us. So now here we are alongside Kyle Larson as we come out of pit road. Currently in the 12th position on the racetrack. We decided to merge really early to get up to the banking, that top side of the racetrack, to get a big run here on the exit of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Try to work our way back forwards. So we clear Keselowski there, get a bit of a run on the outside of Kyle Larson. We got Todd Gilliland hauling behind us. But obviously we're on older tires, so, you know, no competition for us. We just got to move out of the way, let Larson and Gilliland go by, take our losses, and carry on. Here comes Keselowski. We throw a block on him right there. Not going to let him go by so easily. Now 4 to go in stage 1. Move all the way up to 11th, just short of stage points position. Now since I know we're not going to get any stage points, I'll let Keselowski go by on the inside and let Bubba go by on the outside right there. Still fighting Bubba here a little bit, trying to keep him there to our outside. He's got such a big run, no contest there. He goes right on by. A few laps later, we're stuck here in 13th into 3 and 4. Ty Gibbs just drives into us, puts us in the wall, and Gibbs spins himself out. Around goes the 54 hard. Into the outside wall goes Ty Gibbs. He wrecks behind us. Will the caution come out? Last lap of stage 1. Yes, the caution will come out for that incident, giving the stage win to Denny Hamlin, who will win stage 1 over Chase Elliott, William Byron, Ryan Blaney, and our teammate of Ross Chastain rounds out the top 5. Then Alex Bowman, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, Todd Gilliland with 2 points, and Tyler Reddick run out the top 10 in stage number 1. No points for us. Now into stage 2 here. 16 to go in stage 2. We're running here in 13th. About where we've been on this restart. We've not been able to move up from our track position. Gamble Bubba Wallace has gone by for 12th. Now here comes Shane Van Gisbergen making the pass for 13th, dropping us down into 14th here at Kansas. We just don't have the speed or the grip to really compete with the leaders and be a true force for the win here at Kansas. It's just not, we just don't have it.
Stay low, stay low.
So SVG goes by there on the outside. And we settle in here in 14th, 15 to go in the stage field. Upstairs, we've dropped all the way down to 19th. Big run from Daniel Hemrick, who gets us up to the outside wall. We go. We slide down the racetrack, save it. Somehow make an incredible save as Hemrick almost completely took us out of the race right there. Now we're down, chasing down Hemrick into 3 and 4. Up ahead of us, 40 of Alex Bowman blows a tire. And to the outside wall goes Bowman in the 48, just missing Kyle Larson. Now he comes down the track into Chase Briscoe, slamming into him. Christopher Bell piles in as well, and the caution will come out right before we can make green flag pit stops. So we restart back here in 16th, trying to work our way by the outside of the 3 of Austin Hill, which we will here for 15th, and start sights on Chris Buescher up ahead for 14th. So it's only a 3-lap dash to end stage 1, and here comes stage 2 rather. Here comes John Hunter Nemechek, went right by us on the inside lane to move into the top 15. So we get a run on John Hunter and force our way to the outside. We hit the wall trying to go on the outside. Nemechek, so he holds us up there a little bit. So then we decide to commit to this outside lane and start ripping it, hauling the mail through 3 and 4, which we will, easily flying by Nemechek on exit. Big run Chris Buescher, so we draft up to him, go to the inside, trying to get by Chris for 14th. Almost contact right there. 2 to go in stage 2. Byron has the lead looking for the stage wins. We send it underneath Chris Buescher to 1-2. I mean, really send it, give Kyle Busch a huge shot just so we can clear Chris Buescher for 14th, so we can give us a big push now down the backstretch. Huge run from the back of the 17 of Buescher gets us back to the outside of Kyle Busch, now looking for 13th. We drive it in really deep into turn 3 right there, and it sticks. We try to get to the outside of Logano. We run to the back of him, costing our momentum, and Kyle Busch right back to our inside, but we side draft him at the line. We barely nose him out right there for 13th. Last lap of stage 2, trying to hang on to our positions we can. Ross Chastain is taking the lead now. Our teammate Ross the Boss Chastain has gotten around Byron, is now leading, trying to get the stage victory as we clear Kyle Busch on exit of 2 and try to find a way by Joey Logano for 12th place here on the last corner of stage 2 to try to put ourselves in a great spot for the final stage. We are right up against the wall. Kyle Busch gives us the push that we need. Huge run through the center of the corner. Logano blocks. Bell was by the inside right. Just throw it to the inside. 3 wide through the corner. Doesn't quite work. We end up 14th across the line. Not going to get it done. Ross Chastain, though, our teammate, wins stage 2 here in Kansas over William Byron, Hamlin, Elliott, and Blaney, the top 5. Then Keselowski, Reddick, Gilliland, Keselowski, Larson, Reddick, Gilliland, and SVG gets to stage 1. They're back away in the final stage. For some reason, we get that typical NASCAR 5 restart glitch because we hit Bell right as we cross the stage 2 finish line. And we have a horrendous restart. Look at all the positions we are bleeding out here. We restarted up in 14th, and now we are all the way back to 24th in the middle of turn 2. Absolute disaster here at Kansas, losing almost all of our track position. Have to fight back from right where we started the race, so back to square 1. So now down to 3 and 4, we start working that outside again. Go by the outside of Corey Heim, Eric Jones, big run there on the outside of the 43, 3 wide with Corey LaJoie, big side draft into 21st at the line, barely edging out LaJoie. Now 23 to go. We continue to work the outside lane, again by Corey LaJoie here. Now the outside of the 4 of Josh Berry. So we go by the outside of Josh Berry right there, moving to the top 20, side by side for position. We clear Berry down the backstretch, secure that top 20 position. The field upstairs, we have caught Stenhouse and Chris Buescher for 18th and 19th. We got way too high at the racetrack there, lost a lot of momentum, but we get a huge run now back on exit of turn 2 and swing to the inside of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and move into position number 19 as we go into 3 and 4 now. Back in the top 20, try to continue to work forward, catching up to the back of John Hunter Nemechek now throws a huge block on us, so we give Nemechek a big shove through 3 and 4 to the outside of Chris Buescher. Draft up to John Hunter, now swing to the inside of Nemechek down the front stretch with 21 to go, trying to make this pass. Heavy side drafting going into turn 1 and 2 here, really trying to make this work, so we drive it in really deep there into 1 and 2, and we clear Nemechek, move into 18th place. Now go up to Chris Buescher. Field we drop down to 19th. Chase Briscoe has gone back around us to 3 and 4. The caution comes out on the racetrack, so now Myself, among others, restart here in 37th. Myself, Bubba Wallace, Alex Bowman, Chris Buescher, Sheldon Creed, William Byron, and Ross Chastain all pitted to take tires and fuel so we can go. This is the end. Now we're going to pass all the back markers. Alfredo Creed there. You got to go by Sam Arab. Riley and out of turn 4, Byron just slams me into Sam Arab. He's a rival. I don't appreciate that. So I dive to the inside of Harrison Burton, following Byron through. 13 to go. So then I just straight up turn right into William Byron and hook him around, dump William Byron into 1 and 2, and our rivalry continues. I was having none of his BS right there, the way he raced me. So I straight up dumped him for position, go by Chris Buescher. Now 3 wide, making a pass on the outside of Custer, and Zane Smith moves us into 24th place. So now we chase the 77 of Carson Hocevar, the 67 of Corey Heim. 3 wide for 22nd. Huge run through the corner, barely past both of those former truck drivers. Now we go by Corey LaJoy on the inside for 21st. Clear him with 12 to go. Now set our sights on Josh Berry once again, as well as the 2 of Austin Cindric back here. As we get to the outside of Berry, almost making contact, just barely enough room to get to his outside. We get around Josh Berry. The run carries us past Cindric, and we swing to the inside of Eric Jones for 18th now down the backstretch, and as well as his teammate Nemechek for 17th. Get a 2-for-1 special on Legacy Motor Club through 3 and 4. Nemechek side drafting, but we managed to clear him on exit at turn 4 and slide up to draft Ricky Stenhouse, who's ahead of us in position number 16, with Austin Hill and Daniel Hemrick in front of him. So we're on a great charge here. We're still currently the lead car on this group of cars that pitted, and now that our group has enough fuel to make it to the end of the race, and it's going to be close, but we should have enough. So we are the leader in this group. So right now we're in position to be the lead. We got way too tight there, got loose. I feel upset. We dive to the inside of Daniel Hemrick to move into the top 15. We make that pass on the inside of Hemrick with just 10 laps to go here in Kansas. Denny Hamlin still leading this race, in control, getting his 2nd win of the season, and got some more playoff points to his total. So we shove Austin Hill forwards as we clear Hemrick for 15th. And try to go chase down that 3 for 4th. Field there, we're down to 16th. Busch has gone back around us. So is the 48 of Bowman, the 9 of Chase Elliott. A couple other cars on our strategy. So now Bowman is the leader on his strategy, in position to win this race. We're letting Chastain by, who's also on our strategy, because we don't have the speed to really compete with him. Ross goes by up into 60. Now this gets cycled out to Chastain being up to 3rd. So we cycle out to be 4th place with just 7 to go here in Kansas. A few laps later, we get a little bit too high up the racetrack. Don't have the speed or the grip. Bubba Wallace now charging by. Bowman now continuing to lead, is taking advantage, looking for a 2nd win of the season on strategy. He was able to pull it off at Sonoma. Can he pull it off once again here in Kansas as Wallace goes by into 4th, and Chris Buescher will work the inside to get into 5th place here, and we will drop down to position number 6 with just 4 laps remaining here in Kansas. Now we move on to 2 to go, so looking more and more sure that Bowman's going to win this race. We're trying to hang on to 6. We get very low entry, drive it in deep through 1 and 2. It's slide way too high up the racetrack, have to lift, come down the track, slam Denny Hamlin, and we're spinning into the outside wall we go. We lose control and fumble away positions on the last lap with 2 to go. No caution. William Byron goes by, slamming SVG as I try to get back on the racetrack. Sheldon Creed goes by, which makes us now 8th place, the last car on the lead lap, as Bowman's making his way down to come take the checker flag here. I get it back to the line to make sure I finish here on the lead lap.
You're almost out of gas.
So now we got really slow from all the damage and all that, so we let Cindric, Nemechek, everyone else go by. We just go to the bottom, get out of the way of the field. He was clearly faster than us here, trying to limp it home. White flag in the air. Final lap is on my Credit One Bank here at Kansas, and Alex Bowman wins at Kansas as he crosses the line behind us, holding off Chase Elliott for the victory. There's all the other cars in front of myself and Sheldon Creed. Now at a 3 and 4 the final time, we limp on home to finish in 8th position here in Kansas after a disastrous last lap and a half, where we absolutely choke away. It was almost a surefire top 10 finish, but not meant to be. So as you look at your final race results, Alex Bowman wins here at Kansas, his 2nd win of the season, becoming one of the main threats to my championship right now, my championship lead, of course. Then Chastain, great day for Trackhouse, him still coming home in the runner-up position. Chase Elliott 3rd, Bubba Wallace 4th, William Byron rounds out your top 5. He gets a recovery after we dumped him there. And then Chris Buescher comes home 6th. Sheldon Creed, the career best finish of 7th. We salvage an 8th place finish. Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, the first 2 guys 1 lap down, come home 9th and 10th respectively. So that is the top 10. You see Larson ended up in 16th. Strategy didn't work out for him. Of course, shot the rest of the grid there. You got all the way down the bottom there, Christian Eckes, Ricky Stenhouse, Shane Van Gisbergen, and Michael McDowell all had Mechanical issues throughout the day took them out of contention. SVG had a top 10 car. Just wasn't meant to be for him. So Bowman gets the win here in Kansas after my last lap blunder. So your updated playoff grid after race number 11. Just 15 races remain until the playoffs begin. We remain at 9 drivers locked in as Bowman becomes the second multi-time winner, of course, joining myself as he has 2 wins. I have 3. Blaney, Busher, Elliott, Logano, Hamlin, Larson, and Keselowski all have 1. Byron and Bell continue to be basically locked in on points at this point. Then Chandler Smith and Ty Gibbs have a race to the cut line. Tyler Reddick looking good, as well as Chastain above the cut line. Even Josh Berry on the bubble, plus 33 above Kyle Busch. And so until the next episode, we're racing from Darlington Raceway. I hope you all have a good one.